Hi guys, my name is Michael. Welcome back. Today I want to bring your attention to a couple of things. As you guys know, my goal on this channel is just to bring your attention to, some things that I believe that are really important and will give you a better understanding of what is going on. So we all know that we are in a digital age, and there is just too much information out there, and sometimes it can be really inundating for you to go through all this deluge of information to find out what is really going on, because a lot of people see what is happening, but very few people understand what is going on. So I want to just give you some insights, high level understanding of what is going on. So we see this news in front of us here talking about Cuba. Says the grid in Cuba collapsed, and there has been blackouts in Cuba for a while now. And if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, you will know that one of the things that I have said about the time and the season that we are in is that there's going to be two things. There's going to be two things that will be consistent, as we move further, into the decade. And that is disruption and opportunities. Disruptions, there's going to be a lot of disruptions. It is going to abound, right? And there's going to be a lot of opportunities. So our goal is to, brace and, protect ourselves against those disruptions, but also position ourselves for the opportunities. And I've talked about the fact that one of the disruptions that I see on the horizon is electricity and power. And we've seen a few, spots, of this disruption. We saw, a very small one in the United States, when the hurricane, Helen and all that taking out, power supply in some cities in the United States. But now, Cuba is very, serious, because that is like nationwide, right? It's like everywhere in Cuba, there is no light. And a lot of you might be looking at it like this, but you're not learning. You're not thinking about it, that what would happen if this were to happen to the city or the state where I reside? How will I cope? And that is the problem. This complacency that people have, like, it can never happen in my city. It can never happen in my country, right? We see what is happening in other countries. We see what is going on in other countries, but we just believe that it can never come to the United States. It can never happen in Europe. It can never happen here. And that is why when the things that are on the horizon begin to play out, a lot of people are going to be stuck. A lot of people will have no clue on what to do, because it never crossed their mind that their city, their state, their country could have a blackout for 48 hours, for 1 week, for 2 weeks. Do you get? So you're seeing Cuba, which is very close to the United States, going through a major blackout where there is no light in the country, right? And you're not thinking to yourself, okay, think about it. If you were in Cuba right now, what would be useful to have? Do you think that if you had a rechargeable lamp right now, it wouldn't be useful? The people in Cuba, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I could have gone out and I could have bought a torchlight, a rechargeable lamp. It would have made my life easy. It's not going to give me power, but it is going to make my life easy in this, darkness, right? And so this is the problem. A lot of people are seeing, these things happen, in other parts of the world, in other places, little by little, and they're not thinking that what will happen. How can I prepare for this thing if it came to a city or a town close to me? Do you get? And so that is why a lot of people are caught unprepared, if I can put it that way. And I want to let you know that I have said this thing in my video, that one of the disruptions that we're going to see in the United States is electricity. Distribution of electricity to domestic users will be disrupted. And that is going to happen in major cities around the United States. So wherever you are, think about it right now. Sit down and think and say, what would be useful for me to have if there was a blackout in my city, in my state? What would be useful for me to have? Would it be useful to have a torchlight, a rechargeable lamp, a power bank? All these things right now are easy to grab. If you go to Cuba right now, you cannot find a power bank on the shelves. Everyone has bought it. A rechargeable torchlight, rechargeable lamp, it's all bought out. But the thing is that when there was light, right? And so you don't prepare for a tragedy in the middle of that tragedy. You don't buy insurance when the storm comes. You buy it before it comes. So right now, you need to start thinking about these things that I'm telling you, right? What do you need to have at home? And these things don't cost anything right now. right? They don't cut, but they will be so valuable in the time of disaster. Do you get? I always remember the story about Noah and the ark. When Noah was building that ark, the price of wood, the price of lumber was cheap because the sun was shining. But when the rain started falling, everything went up. And that is if you can even buy it. Right now, even if you have money, it will not do you any good because you can't even get the thing to buy in Cuba. So even if you've got the money with you in Cuba right now, you cannot buy anything. That is even if you can get into your phone apps because the grid is down. Everything is down. So you cannot even get into your phone to do a transfer to say, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. You can't do that. So this is something that we need to learn from. We need to learn from this thing. You need to start getting things in place. Go out there, get a rechargeable lamp, get a rechargeable torch, get a power bank, get something that can help you, especially if you know you need these things to survive. There are people who have CPAP machines, who have, things that they need for their experience to be good, right? You need to start preparing your backup power supply. Do you get what I'm saying? So these are the things that we need to know. Don't let what is coming catch you unawares, especially if you live in the major cities in the United States. This is going to be a big deal. This is what is going to be on the news, very soon. Do you get? And it will affect a lot of people negatively if you are unprepared. So make sure that now that you can still get, there are so many deals going on. As a matter of fact, the guys, the companies that sell these things, they have so many deals on right now. If you go to Anchor, for instance, there's so many deals for backup power supply in the home, solar panels that can even recharge the backup and things like that. They're on sale because no one needs them right now. But when things change, you will not be able to get these things. Whether you have the money or not, you will not be able to get your hands on these things. So right now, when everything still looks good, you want to be getting these things. So like I said, there's going to be a disruption. There's a disruption to the supply of electricity on the horizon, right? Whether it's going to be weather, whether it's going to be a malicious actor or cyber attack, whether it's just, we don't know what is going to happen here. We don't know the catalyst. We don't know the trigger. But what we do know is that these things are on the horizon. And so we need to start preparing for them. So guys, I just thought I'd bring this to your attention like I always do. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you like videos like this. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.